Hello everyone and welcome back to another EV Geek Studio review. As always, he is Sebastian, I am Joel, and this is a 2025 Model 3 Performance. So we have driven the refresh Model 3.
Yep.
However, we haven't driven a performance.
The refresh performance.
Model 3. So Sebastian, if someone is new to this channel, they know nothing about Teslas, what makes this a performance?
Yeah, so this has obviously more power. It's all-wheel drive. This, for the refresh cars, they actually changed like the seats and such on the inside. This has a stiffer suspension. So one of the things we can talk about as we go through is just a fast car. Yeah. It is quick. And yeah, we've done a lot of Model 3 content here recently and Model Y content as well. And so a lot of this should be familiar if you've seen any of that or you've seen any other Tesla content on the internet. Cabin-wise hasn't changed much over the years, but really, I'm just excited to check out just how quick this thing is.
How quick this is, yeah. So we have reviewed several Teslas. This will not be a long review, but we wanted to kind of show you what it's like with this new, Colin, huge shout out to Colin at Evolve Auto for letting us borrow this baby. He is getting a lot of requests for used Teslas with the hardware for. This has the hardware for, so we get to experience that. As always, we'll do a quick outside, inside tour, look at the infotainment and the Tesla software, driving review, and then head back to Evolve to give you our final thoughts. So stay tuned. Okay, Sebastian, why don't you give us a quick tour of this Model 3 Performance?
Yeah, so just quick speeds and feeds. 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds.
Woo.
309 miles EPA estimated range. So, I mean, less than typical model. Sucker's low.
It's a low airplane.
Took off.
Yep.
Sorry, easily distracted. Anyway, so lower than like the standard car would have, but 309 is still respectable, still over 309. How do you know it's a performance? If you see one of these just on the street. So for refresh cars, you get a slightly revised front end, so you can see it has a bit more aggressive styling up here on the front fascia. If you come around on the side, you can see you get these wheels with these aero inserts. This one is missing one. It is a used car.
Yep.
As well as red brake calipers. And the only other real exterior detail to tell you that it's the performance is carbon fiber lip spoiler and this badge.
The plaid badging.
It's the performance badge.
The
plaid
performance
badge is different.
Plaid badge has some red in it.
Yeah.
That's a yes.
But the performance badge is this blue one. I actually kind of think it's cool. And you're going to see that inside the car as well. This is Model 3, so it's typical sedan shape. This is power trunk as expected. There you go. Model 3 has a good sized trunk, always has. Got good underfloor storage. Even for this to be a performance all-wheel drive with big beefy motors, it still keeps good packaging all the way throughout. And really, we'll just take one quick little final look on the outside. I don't have that much else to really go into. We've done a lot of Model 3 content. Model 3 hasn't really changed in a while outside of just the general refresh, which we've covered already.
Now, do you remember the color on this?
This is one of the grays.
Yeah.
I can't remember which gray, but it's one of the grays. I think it's, do they still call it midnight?
I was thinking midnight, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, this is the performance. 2.9 seconds is, it's quick. It's fun.
We played with it a little, not too much.
We played with it a little bit. You want to get inside and take a quick look at
some of the sides?
things?
Like you see, there are some really cool looking new seats in there that we can take a look at.
Yeah, which actually, let's just look at them now. Because it'll be hard to show that once we're both sitting in them. You can take a look. The performance gets its own seats now, which is cool. They're tighter bolstering. They hug you a little snugger. You can see you get the same performance badging. Pretty sweet. I really like the way it looks. And yeah, this that white interior that Tesla does. That I think looks really good.
It does hug you a little bit more, kind of like a performance feel.
You can see you get the carbon fiber accenting on the dash now as well.
Oh, I want to pick that up inside. That's right.
All right, now let's hop in.
Now, let's hop in and we'll try it out. We have made our way inside this Tesla Model 3 Performance. Sebastian, let's show us some of the software that makes this a Model 3.
Yeah, so I mean, interior layout is very Tesla. It's exactly what you expect. Like every other Highland Model 3, no stalks. Everything is now on the steering wheel. You get the ambient light strip across the front and the doors. You also get it on the rear doors as well. You have this newer texture material here in the center console that I actually really like the look of. In typical Tesla fashion, you can slide that back for your cup holders. You slide this forward. You have a good sized storage pocket. Slide both of them closed. You have 2 wireless phone chargers as well as key card and phone as a key. You get a center console. Oops, sorry. And then you have your big screen, which really, this is Tesla software. It works the same in almost every one of your cars. You have this little fly around view where, again, you can see the performance. You have your typical controls in here. You can swipe over here on the side. You have your map. You can do route planning. Tesla does it best. Honestly, still in the business. If I want to go to Austin, Texas, let's see what it wants in a Model 3 performance. We can also see we are at 18% state of charge, so we're probably not going to go too far. If we had more time, we might go charge it, but we don't have more time. So once 5 stops, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 15, 16, 18, get to Austin at 10%. I guess it's because of the V2. It's trying to get you out of that V2 as fast as possible.
Yep.
Because it's like, I wouldn't want to stop for 5 minutes and then to stop.
And you also want to start a road trip at 18% either. So.
But, I mean, even then, though, none of these stops are bad. Tesla really seems to favor charger hopping. But if you don't want to charger hop, you can also just hit fewer stops.
Yep. And
now 36 minutes, 44 minutes, 33 minutes. Let's see, how's that change? 9 or 33 minutes. So you're adding about 30 minutes to your trip by not charger hopping. But anyway, you can also choose by amenities, which is cool.
What do you prefer, the longer stops or the charger hopping? I guess it depends who's in the car with you.
Yeah. If I'm with my family, we'll probably do larger stops. But if I was by myself, I'd probably charger hop.
Gotcha.
Because I'd be trying to get to wherever I'm going. The other stuff on here that kind of you can see when you have the performance, if you go to Dynamics, insane mode for acceleration, and you have track mode, which you can actually customize. You can choose how you want it. It comes with these presets, so race and drift. Nice. You can also make your own presets, so like I can do whatever. You can come in here and you can change. Well, I guess not if you do a preset. LOL. Enter. There you go. You can change how you want it to handle. Do you want it to understeer, oversteer? How do you want your stability assist? How do you want your powertrain endurance? So this is basically like, do you want to factor, maybe you drive a little slower, but you have more increased cooling and therefore more consistent? Do you want a lot of power up front and then you may get limited later? Things like that. You can also choose how much regen braking you have, and then whether or not you want it to run cooling after you stop the car to then get the car back to normal temperature, as well as saving your dash cam for laps, which I think is cool. And when you go into track mode, it gives you this big warning. Then you hit it, and you can see over here now, you get your component temperatures for the motors and the brakes. You get your tire pressures. You get your battery temp. You get a G meter. Since we're below 20%, Sentry mode is disabled. We'll swipe that out of the way, but yeah, you get your G meter, and I can feel that brake pedal immediately firmed up on me. Go ahead and put it back in park. We're not actually we're not actually going to take, track mode drive this. I'll hit delete profile, delete. You can set up on the map kind of your laps, so it can help you time those. We'll come in here though, because I'm going to get out of track mode. I think it's really interesting Tesla lets you put it in track mode even when you're at a pretty low state of charge.
Yeah.
Otherwise, not a whole lot else in here to tell you its performance, other than when you do come in here, you get the performance here instead of the model designation. You get the little performance flag. And like every Tesla, if you press and hold this, you can get into the access mode. If you type in service, you're now in service mode.
Yep.
Which is cool. And we don't usually show this off, but I do love how much detail they give you, like in these screens. And you can come in and you can see contactors and temperatures and voltages, and I love the amount of info you get. It also turns your climate control off when you come in here. And I'll just press and hold and exit. Anyway, should we go have some fun?
Let's go take this baby on the road. As always, Sebastian is behind the wheel. I am over here being annoying. All right, Sebastian, you have driven several Model 3s. Have you driven a performance?
Yes, a while ago.
That was the older, before the refresh.
Yeah.
So try to go back in your foggy brain of yours and try to compare it.
Well, I'm just going to kind of compare it to regular Model 3 Highland.
Okay.
So this has a more firm ride than that car does, which makes sense because it's on the sportier dampers and everything like that. That said, this is still perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Like ride-wise as a daily. The tires are louder because they're thinner.
Yep.
And they're that more sticky compound. There's definitely more road noise that I can hear.
It feels like road noise-wise my 2020 Model Y.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
Is fine.
Yes. That's
the best-selling car. It's so fast. It is so quick. It punches you punches you back every time you get your foot on the floor. And that's at 17% state of charge.
Yep.
It has still amazing power delivery down that low of the pack, which is impressive. Other than the fact that the suspension's a little rougher, though, I mean, it drives well. It feels like it stays pretty flat down when you're going around corners at high speeds, things like that. It feels fine.
And mostly,
it feels like a performance car would.
And so far for our drive, it's been below 40 miles an hour. We actually are getting on the interstate
outside
right
of a few stabs and punches, but like even just then, if that was a lower speed, but just kind of going through, the car stayed planted all the way through.
Yep.
Which I wouldn't expect that much lean. It's a sedan. We are behind the semi-truck currently, merging onto the highway at 22 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. The good news is once we get out here, as long as there's a gap, I can get around him pretty easy, right?
You will have no problems accelerating around these two cars here in this.
As long as there's a gap.
As long as there's a safety first, always. Safety first.
Safety first.
Because I think the Civic is thinking the same thing you are in front of you.
We're over. We're over.
There we go.
Boom. No problem.
That's how quick it is.
Easy. Got to have some aggressive driving there, but easy peasy, no problems. Let me go ahead and get back over now. I gave that Civic room. He did the same thing. Cool.
Everyone's happy now.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's out. So yeah, out here on the road, it's a little louder than the last Model 3 Highland we were in, and it's all tire noise. I can tell it's just that stickier.
It's all tire noise.
It's just that stickier compound that just comes with it, right? That said, in typical Tesla fashion, this is a model Tesla, so I can double tap that. Oh, single tap. Forgot they changed it. And we're in just regular Autopilot. This does not have FSD on it. I mean, it's got the computer, but it doesn't have the subscription. It's not purchased already. In Autopilot, I noticed it will automatically reset your ride and handling down to standard instead of sport, which I personally don't super feel a huge difference.
It says you can take it off in Autopilot, so I guess you could uncheck it. You're standing around and handling an Autopilot, so I guess you could.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't worried. I was just like, I don't super feel a huge difference. I'm sure there is one, but ultimately,
how do you feel about switching of the gears on the screen, no stocks?
I'm getting more used to it because we've driven more recently. I think the new Model Y, the fact that they brought the turn signal stock was a win because I did immediately start looking for the turn signal and then had to hit the buttons.
Yep.
I do still appreciate having the turn signal cameras. That's really nice. It takes you out of Autopilot. I forget when you do that.
Slow down there on the freeway real quick, Sebastian.
Yeah, because I'm so used to FSD.
Been spoiled.
I've been spoiled the last couple times we've driven Teslas. But yeah, really though, the performance is supposed to drive like a Model 3, just sportier. And this does exactly that. It does it really well. I mean, 15% state of charge at 70 miles an hour still pushes us to the back of the seat.
Still throws you back
Still pushes us back.
Still has the lane warning too if you get out of it, as you can hear from that.
As you tap, yes. Because I'm not in Autopilot.
You tap that white line and quickly let you know that you were over the line.
I'm curious, how do you have to remember?
What are we looking for?
Nannies, trips, that's what I was looking at. Thank you. 330 watt hours per mile. That doesn't even sound that bad.
Nope.
For how we've been driving.
And you've been driving this is a used vehicle. It does have 18,000 miles on it, so yeah.
Yeah, which that could also be some of the tire noise, but I really feel like it's probably just the fact that it's sticky tires.
Yep.
Because to me, they look like they're in decent shape. They're just,
All right, we're going to get off the exit up here, swing it back to Evolve Auto, where we'll give you our final thoughts. So stay tuned. All right, we've made it back here to Evolve Auto. Once again, huge shout out to Colin for letting us take this out for a little bit. Sebastian, what do you think of the Model 3 performance?
I mean, it takes
refresh.
Yeah, it takes everything that's good about the Model 3 and it just makes it quick. Yeah. I think this is still probably one of the best performance car bargains in the EV space you can get. Because really, when I start thinking about what other performance EVs are out there, you've got this, you've got Model S Plaid, Model X Plaid, you've got Porsche Taycan, which is a lot more expensive than this.
Just
you've got. Why can't I think of any other performance EVs? I guess you have Blazer SS, kind of. You've got Lyric V, things like that.
Yeah.
Those are kind of different classes of cars.
Ioniq 5N.
You got Ioniq 5N, which is a little bit more expensive than this. It's this is probably the cheapest and best way to get into a sports EV.
Yep.
Most EVs aren't slow, but this is just kind of that next step again, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds.
And I would totally agree. And all the upgrades they've done with the refresh, with the interior, with the new hardware 4, which we've experienced before with FSD, which is amazing. It's just a great package if you want to get in at a relatively good price into a performance car. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, once again, thank you for joining us for another EV Geek Studio review. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification icon so you know when new content like this drops. And we will see you again on another AV Geek Studio review. So long, everyone.